Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ha, Rekah, Kwadash, Ma'amah. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. And salutations to the fellow Akim, Awakim, and children that believe in truth and sincerity. It's your brother Athanya Allah from the Lions Den Camp. Back to another lesson, and Yahweh Ratazah is edifying. And it's from Euro News, some RFID chip information.
No bag, no keys, no wallet, and no ID. A move of the hand simply opens doors. Welcome to the future, or what is the present for a group of employees at New Fusion near Brussels. Staff members at the marketing and technology company voluntarily agreed to have radio frequency identification chips placed inside their hands. The kits were bought online, and at last,
And that's that that logo behind that syringe looking thing is from dangerousthings.com. Oh, well, you actually see it on the bottom, towards the bottom of the syringe. It say dangerousthings.com, which is, I guess, that's these Edomites, these heathens go to for their RFID chip for the hardware, so to speak.
a tube about the width of a pencil lead was implanted into their hands.
Now we're installing it for ourselves. We control it from ourselves, but if a government will one day will push it into the market or will push it into.
And this video is from 3 years ago, so around 2017. So like I got cut off a phone. Somebody called me. But as you can see, this Edomite, he's talking about the government can push it, all right? Because these Edomites are in a rat race to create a compatible software, compatible things to coincide with this radio frequency identification device, or the NFC, near field communication. All right. And ultimately to make money, man. Esau is always trying to be the forerunner or in the forefront when it comes to something new or these new innovations. All right. And here it is when it comes to the mark of the beast. And as he says, the government is going to be able to push it into the market, man, and ultimately make it mandatory. And that's prophecy. That's biblical prophecy. And this is Revelations 13 and 16. Well, I'll read up to 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, you know, and that power, they giving power, they giving life unto the image of the beast, man. You know, they got the power to give life to the image, man, and that power is what through their military might, you know, they mobilize the military ultimately to push these vaccines, and that's probably what they're gonna do when it comes down to the RFID chip, man. You know, they're gonna have the FEMA, all right. The president is no longer the president, man. FEMA is taking over, all right. And this continues on, Revelations 13 and verse 15, and causes that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed, man. And that's what's coming. That's what it's coming down to. All right, they're talking about jailing people for not taking the vaccine or wearing masks, fining people. All right, draconian measures, man, stripping away the laws and the constitution of the land to take draconian measures and force something amongst the people, man. All right, force this chip amongst the people, force the vaccine and then the chip amongst the people. This is Revelations 13 and 16, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. You know, and that's what they're gonna do. He's gonna call us all, man. He's gonna make this thing mandatory, no matter how rich or how poor you are, no matter if you're a free man or a bond man in the prison system or wherever. You know, to receive the mark in their right hand and in their foreheads, man. You know, and you got Edomites that's putting some in their right hands, their left hand, butt cheek, wherever you put it in your body. All right. But according to prophecy, man, you're going to be destroyed for taking the RFID chip. All right. Revelations 14, verse 9 and 10.
To their people, it will have downsides as well. So we really need to think about this: how we handle privacy, how we handle security, which data you can put on it.
Dries van Krijn.
Right. Data. You know, software. All right. Which data and software to put on the RFID chip. And as these Edomites right here is going to clearly tell you that this is not the end all be all. This is not perfected. This is flawed. All right.
A new Fusion developer designed the software which is used with the chip. So what other doors could it open in the future? Other devices, he believes, may be able to be connected to your own electronic chip, opening up all sorts of possibilities.
You just scan your chip and you get your personal information. Your favorite Spotify track gets added to the Office playlist, so your music is combined with the others. So everybody has their their choice. It brings your to-dos, just like a personalized dashboard. That's one of the applications. It was just kind of a showcase to show what can be done in a few hours. So imagine if you have a few months, a few years, what you can build with just that personal identifier.
4 or 5 demos.
It is a technology that in the future could redefine our relationships with businesses. Think of all those cards which you carry with separate chips, whether for banking or transport.
The library, they have their own card. To every retail shop, you get another card. You're banking, you have 3, 4 Visa, MasterCards, it's so many cards. And instead, if we could turn that around and say, all right, no, this is my identity, that they would connect to you instead of the other way around, then we should have an ideal world.
An ideal.
And the Most High forbid, man. All right, to tie your self back to their system. All right, to make yourself a slave, man. You know, more than you already are today. This Revelations 14:9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Man, that's that second death. All right, those ICBM missiles and those, hey, the host of angels, man, those chariots, hey, and Yahweh Shai, man. You know that's going to simultaneously beam up the elect, all right, and be putting down destruction upon this place, man, while those missiles are hitting this place, man. All right. So you're not to take the RFID chip, the mark of the beast, and be a slave and tie yourself back into the so-called white man in this system, in this new world order. All right. Or you're going to be thrusted through with fire and brimstone, as the scriptures say.
World? Far from it. A real danger is how one rights group described the development. A way, the group says, to control workers in offices. And even the technology does not impress every tech expert.
The technology moves fast. And actually, this is the same reason why, if you're doing up a house, it's not clever to build in all the latest tech into the walls, into the floors and everything, because in 3 years it's all out of date. The same thing applies to stuff you put in your body. In 3 years it's out of date. And yeah, there may be security vulnerabilities and all that kind of thing, but do you really want to start digging these things out every 3 years and sticking more in? Because that's where we are.
Right. You know, it's not perfected, man. As you can hear this tech expert. All right. Hey, hey, he's having second thoughts about it, man. You know. And this Revelation 16, basically, this text expert basically expressing how it's not perfected. Man. He's having second thoughts about it. And this Revelation 16, and I'll start at verse 1. And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the 7 angels, go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath of Yahweh upon the earth. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, man. So those who have that mark, they're gonna have a grievous sore at a said point in time. All right, you know, and this guy just spoke about how hey, in 3 years or hey, as time passed and time elapsed, hey, technology moves on. All right, and the new technology becomes old. All right, so you're gonna be in and out of your body, man, with this little thing that's the size of a grain of rice. All right, it probably irritating your skin. All right, and most importantly, the waves and the gigahertz of waves that when it comes down to the RFID, all right, the radio frequency identification device, all right, it has radio wave frequencies, All right, if I'm saying it correctly, which may cause like cancer or you know what I'm saying, like tumors and things like that. You know, that's radiation at the end of the day. And just end off the video.
It will keep on changing constantly.
There have been previous experiments with under-the-skin chips in Europe. Clients in a bar in Spain, for example, were encouraged to pay for the drinks with them. That was in 2013, but the move was not conclusive and the experiment soon abandoned.